Are you in a big moment where you're ready to get a little bling bling? Maybe it's your anniversary. Maybe it's that moment that you're engaged for the big day. Or maybe you just like diamonds. But if you're confused, we got you tonight. Our special guest is the amazing bestie friend of mine, Jeff Standley, that actually this is a flip for you.
It is.
Because normally you're on the other side
True.
of the camera, and now you're as a guest.
I am. Thank you.
I'm so excited. There's no other person that can explain the world of diamonds better than you.
Well, there probably is, but I make it simple and realistic for everybody to understand because a lot of people think that it's so complicated, and it's really very simple.
But it is complicated from what I understand because there are the 4 C's. There's the color, there's the clarity, there's the cut, and then there's the carat weight, right?
And then the guy gets the 5th one, which is the cost.
I love it. I love it. The cost.
But it's really not difficult if you know what you like. This is not something you're going to loan to your friend Chris or to your sister or anybody else. This is your ring. So regardless of what's out there, you need to make sure you love this.
Right.
Don't worry about what your friends are going to say, and you don't want so unique and so different that you get bored with it very easily. Timeless, classic designs stay forever.
I love that. So let's talk about that. But let's talk about that timeless, classic design with the 4 C's. So tell me the difference in color. Clearly, there's a huge difference in price from a flawless to yellow or iridescent, whatever.
Everybody has their own taste. Some women just want a big diamond.
Right.
Some women want one that will sparkle from across the room. Some people are not particular about it, and some just want the very best. If I were dealing with you, I would know exactly your taste and your style since we've known each other for more than 20 years, exactly where to lead you for what you would like and tell you what out of the 4 C's is most important to you. Because you're going to see color. Color is the first thing you see when you look at a diamond. So is it white and bright, or is it kind of warm and yellow looking and you go, oh, it's pretty, but it has that little bit of hint to it.
Right.
Well, that tells me right there you don't want to see any of that. So I need to listen to what you're telling me, not what I want to sell you, but what I want you to wear and be proud of.
Right. So in when you're talking about the color, is that where we talk about the flaws, or is that the clarity?
Color is what you see. So that's
color.
D is the brightest, and then Z is the yellowest at a Z, so it'd be like a yellow diamond. If you want a yellow diamond, get one that says canary. And let's just do it all the right way instead of just a warm diamond.
Right.
So when you talk inclusions, you're talking clarity. So you're looking at a I3 is the very bottom scale. You look at it and you're going to see a big black spot or a cloudiness or a hue in there. And we don't want to see that.
Right.
We want to see something that's beautiful that I have to use a magnification of some sort in order to see the imperfection.
Right.
Because all diamonds, unless they're flawless or internally flawless, have some kind of imperfection birthmark in them.
So I love that when you say birthmark. And so just to clarify, if you're looking at the ring and comparing it to other people's or under a microscope or a scope that you guys use in the jewelry world, you notice those imperfections. But more than likely, unless it's a huge imperfection, you're probably not going to notice it by the naked eye, correct?
Correct, depending on how good your eyesight is and depending on where it is.
Right.
If it's off to the side and it can be covered with a prong, no big deal. If it's dead center in black, you definitely don't want to see that because the guys will go, oh, that's beautiful, and the girls will grab your hand and pull it up as close to their face as they can get it to stare into it. So you want to make sure that you're happy with whatever you get. Again, you're not going to loan this to somebody.
Right.
If you can see something in there, you're always going to go back to that one spot and it's going to drive you crazy.
Right.
So drop the diamond weight down some, drop down another area that you can get by with to get that diamond you're going to love. It doesn't have to be a D, flawless diamond.
Right.
You could get an E or an F, and it's going to do the same thing as long as you have a well-cut grade and no big imperfections or birthmarks inside the center that you can see.
So that's the next cut. So cut's important too.
Cut is very important.
Yes. So let's talk about cut.
Cut is 80% of your diamond's value. So when you call it a princess cut, that's really a shape of a diamond. It's square. A round brilliant is a round brilliant. A cut is where they place a facet in a diamond to reflect light back up out of the diamond to give you that sparkle when you move your hand like this. So for me and you, I would do at least a very good to excellent or ideal cut diamond because I know you want that sparkle factor.
Right.
That is you, that is your personality, that is what you like. Another woman may say, I just want it to be a 2 carat. It doesn't
Right.
have to be the most beautiful or most expensive diamond.
Right.
Strictly, again, I'm feeding off of you, your personality, and what you have told me you're looking for.
Right. So the customer, you have to know when you're diamond shopping, you need to know, you need to do your homework. You need to know what's important to you of those 4 C's, the most important, and rank them.
And you're not really going to notice those until you actually see it in person.
Right.
Because everything online looks different, everything on Pinterest doesn't show you the side view and how high that diamond is sitting. So you have to physically see it in person to see what we're talking about. So I can compare a colorless with a near colorless and see where in between I can make that happen for you
Right.
in your budget.
Well, I was going to say, and the most important is budget, because you need to know the budget so that you know your options. So tell
Correct.
me some stories. You've been doing this for a very long time. So tell me some story. Tell me a story about where I love that you love to make people so happy. But tell me a great story that turns us back into the 4 C's and how important they are to the individual person to make them happy.
And everybody is different. So does your boyfriend, fiance, husband for your anniversary gift, is there an unlimited budget or are we sticking with something?
Right.
I had customers, I guess it was probably 7 or 8 years ago, came in, had not shopped in like 25 years for diamonds, had no idea what the cost was. He gave me a budget and I'm like, okay, let me show you what that budget will get you today.
Right.
And he saw what it was and he was kind of offended. He says, it's okay. We can afford anything she wants, so let's just let her choose what she wants. It was a 50-year wedding anniversary, so he was looking at around $3,000 and saw what that would buy and felt that she was worth much more than that and they could do it. Whereas 50 years prior to, that little 1/4 carat solitaire diamond was all that they could afford, but it lasted for 50 years.
I love that.
So that's where you have to go and go, okay, what is most important to you now?
Right. And I will say, you as a personal friend, it really, for you, what I love about you is no matter who the customer is, you have customers from 20 years ago, you know, when you first started in the business, because you make that customer feel like $1 million, whether they're spending $1,500 on their first diamond or $50,000 on the 50th.
Right.
You know, and so for you, what I love is that, you know, all those things are on the table, but it's not about the sale. It's about the happiness factor that you pass on.
And there's a lot of people that are fine with an inexpensive diamond. It's all about the
Yes,
commitment.
of course. It's about the
so
commitment.
who's coming in? The commitment or, oh, I'm 27 and I need to get married because all my friends are getting married.
Right.
Where are we at? Let me figure out who you are and what we're looking for so I can better assist you. Because nowadays you have natural diamonds and you have a lab-created diamond.
Right. Which you were the first to say those lab-created diamonds are diamonds.
Who are you?
Right.
Which one are you? Are you a natural because it came out of the ground and it's 1 billion years old? Or
Right.
do you want a 2, 2.5, or 3 carat because that works in the budget and because it's the same chemical properties, it's a diamond?
Right.
Which one are you?
But now
You
we
tell
have to
me.
we have to say that the lab-created diamonds are amazing. They're beautiful.
They're
But they don't. You're not gonna be able to retrieve your money on those.
It's still unknown. I mean, it's
Right.
relatively new for the actual lab-created diamond, but they are certified. They are all chemical properties of a diamond. They sparkle, test as a diamond. Nobody but you and somebody
Right.
reading that gem scribe will know what it is.
Amen to that. And so if it gets you what you want,
And you're okay with it. And I have some people that say, absolutely not. It has to be a natural diamond. And that's fine with me. And you
Right.
go, you know what? That $8,000 3 carat looks really, really good right now.
I love that.
And again, I'm not presenting it. I'm not asking for anything other than to make you happy and to make her happy.
Right. I love that. Thank you so much for stopping by the set.
Thank you.
So much for making a difference in the lives of other people, because you have that heart that's bigger than Texas, that you always want to touch people. So I love that you are our diamond expert, and I love that you want to stop by the set just to talk a little bit about it. And I love that you just make a difference. So I love you, Jeff Standley.
Thank you, Deborah
Aw.
Kennedy.
So, Jeff Standley, amazing. The 4 C's, and size doesn't always matter. It's about the love factor. So, he has versed us on the importance of the 4 C's, but what he really versed us on was you need to select the diamond that fits in your budget, that fits in your heart, and that fits with your love.